Hi, everyone, and welcome to today's webinar, How to Grow Your Shopify Web Store. I'm Haley, the Digital Content Coordinator here at Ecom Dash. Before we get started, let's go over the basics. This presentation will be recorded and emailed out after the webinar today. Also, we love to hear from you, so feel free to add questions to the panel on the right-hand side of your screen labeled Questions. We'll address the questions after the presentation. For those of you just joining, welcome again. I'm Haley, the Digital Content Coordinator here at Ecom Dash. I would like to introduce our presenter, Thomas Finch from Rational Commerce. He will be presenting various tips on how to grow your Shopify store. Thomas has over 35 years international experience, including 20 years of online and marketing. You probably can't find a job in the e-commerce operations world that he hasn't performed. He's the founder and president of Rational Commerce, a company that develops and operates e-commerce websites, as well as provides special expertise in e-commerce consulting. I'm very excited to have him here with us today. And with that, I'll hand the presentation over to Thomas to go over the agenda and get this show started.
Okay, thank you, Haley. I'm Thomas Finch, and welcome to our webinar. I'm assuming most people are here because they have a Shopify web store, so congratulations. It is the #1 hosted e-commerce platform in the universe right now. A lot of advantages of going with Shopify. Hosted meaning they're taking care of all of the technology. It's running on their servers, their code. You get beautiful templates. It comes built in with tons of bells and whistles and apps that you can extend the functionality of the platform. It integrates with just about everything in the universe. It's easy to edit pages, create new pages, change pages, and it's very easy to process orders. So one of my favorite movies is Field of Dreams, and they talk in the movie about if you build it, he will come. Well, you might have built your Shopify web store, but it doesn't mean anybody's coming to your store yet. There are a lot of things that you can do, though, to get started on your growth. And if you don't have a Shopify store, the things that we're going to talk about this afternoon also will apply to you. A little bit about myself. I got started in e-commerce in the early 90s. I had an import coffee machine business from Switzerland and Italy, and there was this thing called the internet. We built ended up building up a website, maybe one of the first ones in the coffee industry, and that generated so many inquiries, we built an e-commerce site out of it. Back then, every letter of code had to be done by hand. We didn't have these platforms and packages. We had to do it all ourselves. So over the years, I've owned a couple of companies in the retail consumer products industry online, and we've generated over $100 million in sales during that time. In 2014, after selling a business, I began the process of providing consulting services to small and medium-sized companies around the country who either wanted to get into e-commerce or improve their e-commerce business. And I am a Shopify partner. We've built over 50 Shopify web stores and deployed them. I'm going to be making a lot of recommendations in the next few minutes, and there's no I have no financial connection to them. They're just based on the experiences that we've gained over the last decades. Okay, moving on. Today we're going to talk about sales channels, on-site marketing, and your search engine salience. So the first thing you want to do, though, after you've built your store, is you want to make sure that you install Google Analytics, and you want to register with Google Search Console. You want to use these tools every day. They'll tell you what's going on. If something good is happening or something not good is happening, you'll be able to detect it very, very quickly if you use these tools every day. It should be the first thing you do when you start your day. So how are we going to grow your Shopify store? So we're going to talk about sales channels. We're going to talk about on-site marketing, search engine visibility, search engine marketing, social media marketing, affiliate marketing, and email marketing. We're going to pay attention to how you do this with Shopify, but again, it relates to any e-commerce platform that you're using. The biggest thing that you can do to jumpstart your selling is you've got to add sales channels. And I'm using the term sales channels as defined by Shopify. More sales channels means more revenue. Right now, Shopify identifies 21, 22 different sales channels that you can integrate into your store, meaning you can process orders, everything takes place in your Shopify back end. But there's a couple stores that or sales channels that will give you almost immediate results. First one being Amazon. Okay, I mean everybody here knows Amazon, and with a professional Seller Central account, you can list your products. Well, you can list them manually, but the best way is to do it through your Shopify stores. Now, not every category is open. Some are gated, as Amazon calls them, and you need to get permission to list your products. But you'll immediately start receiving orders through the Amazon sales channel. Be aware that you pay $39 a month for a professional selling account, and there is a Amazon transaction fee of 15% on every order. And then our partner here, Ecom Dash, if you do have a lot of products, the multi-channel inventory control that it provides makes the listing and the syncing and managing all of that much more effective than trying to do it manually. The second most important sales channel is eBay. Not quite as strict in their rules, but as I state, less selling support than Amazon. But it does allow you do have a little more flexibility in how you can design your pages. And on Amazon, it's basically, one selling page fits all. With eBay, you do have a little bit of flexibility to design your page. You can connect it directly from Shopify. You can list your products. Shopify will process the orders. You pay a 10% transaction fee on every order, and there is a listing fee after you've done of 30 cents per item after you have 50 listings. The third most important channel is Google Shopping. Well, Google Shopping is really a form of advertising, but it's defined within Shopify as a sales channel. It's powered by AdWords and the Google Merchant Center, so you'll have to have these set up in advance. But once you connect it, the Shopify API feeds all of your products to Google Merchant Center, and from there you can set up your campaigns on Google AdWords. Of course, the seller has to determine what they can pay or not pay. Default settings are usually under $1 for e-commerce sellers, but some products it's higher, some it's lower. I have an example here of a product that sells for $32.95. Cost per conversion is $4.24. this seller is making money by advertising that product in Google Shopping. In this case, the product has almost an 8 times return on sales. So that is definitely a type of number that you want to shoot for. Now, from your site itself, we're going to talk now about on-site marketing, upselling and cross-selling. Here's the example. Do you want you want fries with that hamburger? And maybe a lot of people here that have used Vistaprint, and you can't get through the checkout without seeing multiple cross-selling, upselling offers. Get business cards, get magnets, get cups, whatever that have your logo on it. Well, you can do the same sort of thing in Shopify with a number of apps. The ones that we have experience with: bold product upsell, upsell for products, buy X, get Y, pop-up upsell on exit and visit, and the just Uno free pop-ups and conversion marketing. These are all good apps that will help you upsell and cross-sell. And you can track this, and you'll see that there is a strong return on any type of expenditure that you make. Cart abandonment. Okay, people put things in the shopping cart, but they don't check out completely. The typical abandonment rate is between 60 and 80%. Now, most Shopify subscribers have the basic plan at $29 a month. That does not include cart abandonment. You need the $79 version of Shopify to get that included automatically. But there are a number of apps that will do it. The ones that we like are the Abandonment Protector and Recart. And there is an app called Matrillo, which does a lot of things in terms of analytics, and we'll talk a little more about Matrillo later on. That will also can do wonderful cart abandonment emails that are customized for the individual person. People love to read what others think about a product, and you can add product reviews and testimonials to every product page on Shopify. There is a in-house Shopify add-on called Product Reviews, very easy to implement, and this will help you promote your products when people are on the site. You can also extend it by adding this JSON LD for SEO that will help you publish your product listings with star ratings. And here we have an example of 2 listings from Cosmea certified organic rosehip oil. The one that has the 5 stars sticks out, whereas the one below without the stars is far less attractive. So this is something that you can do. It won't cost you really anything to help you sell on site. Loyalty programs. There's a number of loyalty program extensions, apps in Shopify. I mean, you want to reward your customers who give you repeat business. You want to reward them for their loyalty. You decide through the app how you want to reward them, but you want to give them 5 or 10% type of rewards so that they can build up points and come back and buy product with those points. So it's a lot less expensive to keep an existing customer than what you spend to acquire a new customer. So keep your customers happy, reward them. Apps that we like are Loyalty Points by Bold and Loyalty Points by Smile.io. Both of these work very well. Depending on the type of products that you have, recurring auto ship standing orders can be a very productive source of revenue. The example that we have here on the screen is a seller of high-end nutritional supplements where people are encouraged to subscribe. They don't have to, they can buy one off, but if they subscribe, they get free shipping, they get a small discount. All of this you set up through your recurring order app. But in this case, oops. In this case, the seller, he's going to sell $5,000 in the next 30 days, and then every month there's that same revenue that comes in that he can almost be assured of. The best app that we've found is the Recurring Orders and Subscription Box by Bold. Bold makes a lot of apps, but this is one of the best ones. In fact, it's the only one that I've used for clients, and it works great. Okay, search engine visibility. So how are you going to be found when people are searching on your product or on your brand? There are some factors if you're starting out with a new website that you don't have any type of control over, such as natural backlinks pointing to your store, the website authority that the search engines have computed you to be, because if you're new, you really won't have anything of authority. The age of your domain name, well, it's probably a new domain name, so you don't have any age. So the only thing that you can really do with a new store initially is to focus on your website structure and your content. And Amazon makes this very easy to do. Things you want to consider, determine what are the keywords that customers are going to use when they're looking for your product in particular or for your product in general. And then you want to weave in a natural way these keywords into all of your content, your page titles, product descriptions, and your image alt text. Shopify will do this for you automatically based on how you've set up your for the meta tags, for the title tags, meta descriptions, and the URLs. But Shopify also makes it very easy for you to overwrite these to make them even more applicable. And I can't stress enough how important it is to make sure that all of your images have alt text. This is how Google knows what's on your image. And if Google finds a lot of content on images, that's just going to give you more SEO juice. And of course, be sure that you submit the sitemap.xml to Google Search Console. I think we referenced this at the beginning of the presentation. But content is king. Google and all shopping engines or search engines, they like original content. Don't try, or at least avoid, just copying and pasting product content that everybody else has. Change it up, expand it, elaborate, change the words around, make it your own, and then use, and Shopify allows you to set up as many informational pages as you want to make. And you can also run a blog from within Shopify. Whatever content you have on these pages, make sure that it's original, and when possible, 500 words seems to be the magic number for content for a search engine to say, okay, this page has some type of substance. Video. When people are searching on keywords, video will always show up pretty quickly, maybe quicker than it would if you just did a blog post somewhere talking about a certain brand or a certain product. If you can add video, post it on YouTube, link it back to your website, this is going to give you a lot of SEO juice. Okay, search engine advertising, paid listings. Well, there's many types, but we're going to talk today about search ads, display ads, and we've already touched on product listing ads. Well, search ads appear when a user is searching for you're looking for your product, and they'll either reference the brand or the type of product or whatever. The search ads appear either at the top and at the bottom of the search engine results. These days, an e-commerce website, the average is about 85-90 cents per click, but some keywords, depending on the type of market segment you're in, I mean, some of them can be astronomical. So you just got to be careful, and if you're spending $50, make sure that you're selling something for a couple thousand. Always include the keywords in your title, if possible, in your the URL that you can configure within AdWords, and also within the descriptive text of the ad. One thing that I found to be very productive is what's called SKAG, single keyword ad groups. So instead of trying to use 50 or 100 different keywords that relate to an ad group, use one word. And when I say one word, it can be a long tail keyword. It could be wood baseball bats as a keyword. I think you'll find that it can be very, very productive. Otherwise, you'll be spending a lot of money on keywords that might relate to your product, but the person doing the search wasn't necessarily looking for your type of product. So it makes it much more focused. And here's an example of a product that has a 37.7 conversion rate, and costing $3.29 per conversion, and the average ticket for this type of item was over $50. So very, very productive using the single keyword approach. The same customer, or in another group, promoting the same type of products, but using a broad scope of keywords, the productivity was completely different. Much lower conversion rates, much higher cost per conversion. And this is something you can do on your own when you're playing around. And in Google AdWords, you've got to constantly tweak it. You don't do it carved in stone and you walk away. No, you got to look at it every day. And you can run experiments like this, and you'll discover maybe that the single keyword ad group will work for you. The second type of ad are display ads. These are the ads that appear on different publisher websites. Here's an example of a news website, and these ads circled in yellow, these are all display ads. Display ads are the least expensive form of online pay-per-click, and you have lots of flexibility on to whom you show the ads, where they appear, when they appear. Right now, the average is under 30 cents per click for e-commerce sites, but you're not going to have high conversion rates. You're not going to have high click-through rates. There's also the element of click fraud out there that you have to be aware of. But what I like about display ads, when they're not getting clicked, they're still out there. You're still getting exposure. It's almost like free advertising when somebody doesn't click on your ad. And if you're selling to, if you have a certain market segment that you're trying to reach, and you can keep those display ads appearing in types of on websites where that target group might be going, you're getting brand exposure. So look at it not so much as a vehicle to sell, but more of a vehicle to brand. And here's an example of a client that was spending, got almost 5,000 clicks for $8.50. That's a cost per thousand of under $2, which is a lot less expensive than other forms of printed advertising. Okay, well, we'd already talked about the Google Shopping, the product listing ads. I would put that right behind the search ads as the most effective way to advertise online. But now let's move into social media marketing. And of course, your product or your brand should have a Facebook account, Instagram, Twitter, all of it. It's wonderful branding. But who goes to Facebook to shop? So Facebook is very seductive with its ability to define your demographic targets. I mean, because they have that information, so you can be very, very focused on how you promote your ads or promote your posts. But it is expensive, and I think in many cases Facebook advertising can be cost prohibitive. Personally, I've never had any success in trying to sell on Facebook, but you can brand on Facebook. One area which is very, very effective is the use of social media influencers. There are a number of networks out there. Some of them are very expensive, some of them are not so expensive, but it allows you to recruit people with social media accounts that might have big followings that will review your product. The movie stars, the professional athletes, it's very expensive. But there's a lot of non-VIP influencers out there that are much more reasonable. And in some cases, there are a lot of them out there that will just give you a review in exchange for a free sample. The concept of social proof is very important online, and this is a great way to access it. Now, affiliate marketing. Affiliate marketing won't have any type of immediate effect on your sales. It starts off slow, but it builds up steadily over time. I call it snowball marketing because the snowball starts off small and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. There are networks, affiliate networks out there. There's a lot of them, but the best ones out there are well, Commission Junction, CJ Affiliates now, Recruiting, Avantgate, WebGains, ShareASell. Publishers, the way it works, publishers can join these networks, and through their network, they can post links, they can post images, they can post coupons, they can post products on their websites that if somebody clicks on one of those links and then goes to your site and makes a transaction within a certain defined window of time, and you define that window, you pay that publisher a commission, and you decide what that commission is. A typical arrangement would be a 10% commission on a sale from any visitor from the previous 30 days. It could be 60 days, it could be 90 days, but 30 days would be a typical type of window. Now, the network that you're working with, and you can also work with more than one network, but the network that you're working with also earns a transaction fee, and it's somewhere between 20 and 30% of the affiliate's commission. So if you sold a product for $100, commission's 10%, so the publisher will make a $10 commission, and then the affiliate network will take 20 to 30% on top of that, so another $2 to $3. Most of the affiliates out there are coupon sites. So if you go out there and you're looking to buy something and you search on coupons, you'll get all kind of hits, or coupon to buy this, coupon to buy that. These are all affiliate sites, and they're trying to entice you to click on that link to get the coupon code and click through to the advertiser, and that's how it works. The one that we always recommend, and we have no vested interest in promoting this, is ShareASell. It works really, really well. A lot of people are in their network. A lot of good websites are in their network, and as opposed to the others on this list, it only costs $550 to join the network, and then it's only a 20% transaction fee, while the others are 25, 30%. And there's also only a $25 monthly minimum, which is actually waived for the first 4 or 5 months until you've built up a little bit of affiliate presence. So again, it won't create a lot of business in month 1, but 12 months down the road, it will be providing you a steady source of sales, and will continue to grow. Email marketing. Well, another snowball effect weapon in your bag. As you collect subscribers over time, you should always keep in contact with them through email offers, newsletters, whatever you want to call it. But most people are interested in receiving coupons and information about new products, getting them to come back to your site. Remember, it's a lot easier to retain an existing customer than to find a new customer. There are a lot of and shoppers who do receive emails, they're much more likely to buy than somebody who's not receiving them. Get people to come back to your site. There are a lot of email services that integrate seamlessly with Shopify, MailChimp, Constant Contact, whatever. There's lots of them out there, and they all work great, and they all integrate with Shopify. Just make sure that your emails are optimized for mobile, but all of these email services have templates that will take care of that. And then I want to mention again, Matrilla, we talked about them earlier. It's a more expensive service. I think it starts off $119, $120 per month, but it really allows you to analyze your traffic, your customers in much finer detail than Google Analytics, and then in turn be able to create emails very specific to these type of customers. So if you could do a segment, this customer, all customers who bought product X more than 4 times in the last year, you can send them a very specific email about that. So at that point, we've gone through the presentation. Are there any questions?
We've got one question here. What is a SKAG? SKAG.
Okay, single keyword ad group. So when you create a search ad in AdWords or Bing advertising, the ad group gets, well, you have keywords that relate to that ad group. Now, what AdWords tries to do is it gives you hundreds of keywords or keyword suggestions, keywords ideas, because it wants to touch on as many possible searches that are going on that might relate to what you're trying to promote. And so this large number of keywords will create a large number of clicks and will use up your advertising budget quickly. Now, the single keyword ad group you just take a keyword, and it could be just even a brand name, and you want to show your ads from that ad group only for queries that include that brand name and not other combinations of other words that do not include that brand name. In my experience, this is a more productive way to advertise if you have a distinctive brand name that you're trying to sell out there.
Okay, it looks like we don't have any more questions. Tom, is there anything else you wanted to cover before we wrap up?
Well, if anybody wants to follow up with questions after the webinar, they're more than welcome. My contact information was on the slide at the beginning. And we help we help a lot of small and medium-sized businesses enter into the world of e-commerce. It's a lot easier to be, smart. Otherwise, you're going to spend a lot of money trying to figure it out, and sometimes it's easier to have a partner out there that can help you find the way.
Tom, we've got another question in. Analytics is famous for info overload. What are the primary results that you focus on?
That's a great question. I look at acquisition channels. That's the first thing I go down to with any of my clients. I want to see where people are coming from. How are they getting there? It's either direct, it's paid advertising, referrals, social media, email. You want to see where people are coming from. And sometimes, and if something is, something good has happened or something bad has happened, you'll see it right away there.
Okay, great. Um, I'll leave it open another minute for any more questions. So go ahead and submit those if you have them. Okay, well, thank you so much, Tom, for all the information. We will have this webinar posted on our YouTube channel this afternoon, and I will be emailing everyone a recording so that you can go back and find any information you may need. And thanks everyone for joining. We appreciate you being here, and we'll see you next time. Tom, thanks again for everything.
Thank you.
All right, bye.
Bye-bye.